With a massive 6-3 win over the LA Kings, the Edmonton Oilers are officially up 3-2 in the series. But what I want to focus on is the Oilers' power play, which has been absolutely absurd. As of this point, they are 8 for 13 on the series, and they are operating at a ridiculous 62% on the power play. With 20 total goals for in the series, that means their power play is currently responsible for 40% of their offensive output. Now, everyone expected this, as the Oilers statistically had the best power play in NHL history this regular season, but the fact that they've been able to carry that production into the playoffs this year is just not fair. These guys are scoring at will. If you watch them operate, you'll notice how tight all 5 players get to each other to make the power play feel suffocating for penalty killers. Both wingers squeeze tight into the faceoff dots, and it's just overwhelming the killers at every point. This gets more challenging to defend when you see how well they zip the puck around. The Kings' penalty kill hasn't been great, but it hasn't been terrible either. Maybe they could be a little bit more aggressive in their approach, but the Oilers move the puck so well that it may not even matter. One player who I think has really showed what he's capable of is Evan Bouchard. I think everyone was a bit cautious when they got rid of Barrie, but Bouchard has slotted perfectly as the QB on that power play, and the threat of his bomb has only opened up more options. We've already seen LA just flat out give Bouchard a shot because they fear any sort of cross-seam pass from any of the flanks in McDavid and Draisaitl, but now penalty killers also have to worry about the deception of Bouchard and his bomb from the point. Then, of course, you can't forget Nugent Hopkins and Hyman, who are just deadly around the net. Hyman is literally putting pucks in the net with his face, so I don't know how you defend that. But of course, most of the magic comes from McDavid and Draisaitl. Usually they're at either flank, which makes it extremely hard to defend. But when they start motioning and coming together to create mini 2v1 passing plays, literally no one can keep up. Despite the Oilers drawing the second fewest penalties in these playoffs with 18, they are winning the special teams battle almost every single game. In a year where it seems like officiating is extremely unpredictable, this is a fantastic sign for the Oilers and their fans. Aside from this, I really like the Oilers' mentality in this series. Things haven't gone their way, and they've showed a lot of character to still be up 3-2, despite having some controversial adversity come their way. What I think is most important for this team is that while McDavid and Draisaitl are still leading the charge, the depth of the Oilers has been terrific. Whether it's crucial goals from the bottom 6 or Jack Campbell coming in to provide relief and stability for Skinner to regroup, the Oilers have had a full team effort. The scariest part for me is that I don't think McDavid is even close to playing his best hockey in these playoffs yet. If he starts to get going while 5-on-5, the whole league better watch out. Heading into Game 6 will be very interesting for both teams. The Oilers chased Korpisalo for the first time in Game 5, so now the topic of who starts for the Kings will certainly get more attention. Either way, the key for the Kings must be to stay out of the box. Taking a penalty against these guys is basically a suicide wish, so if they want any chance of forcing a Game 7, that is a must. As for the Oilers, I want to see more of that 5-on-5 success. They have been able to penetrate that pesky 1-3-1 trap the Kings play in the neutral zone by striking quickly off the rush before the Kings can even fully get set. If that power play can stay hot and they get an extra 1 or 2 5-on-5 goals, I think Edmonton is easily moving on. So, who do you think will win this series, Kings or Oilers? Let me know in the comments down below and what you think will be the difference in Game 6. As always, if you want to see more NHL playoff content, make sure you hit that subscribe button.